sorry to break up all the conversation and food and stuff, but we'll get this done pretty quick and get back to the fun stuff, right?
Woo! This is fun.
Not at all. So, well, Olivia, Andrew, welcome to the marriage world, or the marriage club. It's great. I love it here. And as you've probably been told by people, it's kind of a blurry night. You don't really remember a whole lot. So I want to start off by giving you guys 3 pieces of advice that I've learned so far. That's going to take you all the way through your marriage. So, number 1, and we'll get to that later. So number 1, Andrew, there's only one person in this relationship who's always right. I'm sure you've heard this before, right? And now my good friend is you. Let's go. All right, good stuff. So Olivia, hope you're taking notes on this. So number 2, kind of in line with that, I've learned that the best way to communicate, the best way to deal with problems is to always stick to your opinion. So if you're in fights, always make sure to never compromise with the other party. It really shows them that you're headstrong, you know what you want, it's really good. So I wish I would have brought like notepads or something for you all to write these down. Sorry. Number 3, this popular saying, it's happy wife, happy life. I've heard that numerous times. I'm sure a lot of y'all have too. But there's an unknown saying that I think is a little bit more important, and it's happy husband, happy heart.
Let's go!
So,
Let's go!
So Olivia, keep that in mind in your relationship, and just know, like, sometimes Andrew might come home and it's a bad day at work or something, and referring to him as like Rob Gronkowski or something is just gonna make his day, okay? Or making him pancakes in the morning, you know, it's one of his favorite foods. It's good stuff. So yeah, with that, everybody, my name is Anson Brady. I am Andrew and Olivia's self-proclaimed marriage counselor for the next few years because I am a marriage vet of 3 months. That's great. So yeah, earlier, a second ago, I alluded to the Rob Gronkowski thing, and you're probably wondering, well, what is that? I think we should first figure out who is that. So if you don't know, Rob Gronkowski is a 6'6" tight end in the NFL. It's about 265 pounds, and I guess it's Andrew's alter ego or doppelganger, something like that. We're not really sure yet, but it's really interesting how that came to be. You know, how a guy that looks kind of like Sam Ellinger hook 'em, I guess, can be compared also to Rob Gronkowski, right? And honestly, I don't really remember the story too well, but all I do remember is turning around, or I'll back up. We were at a friend's lake house, and I remember turning around, and Andrew, for some reason, has a football in his hands, and he starts charging at our friend Graham, who is a high school lineman, so, you know, solid guy, 250 or so, and Andrew just runs him over out of nowhere. I don't know why you did it, but you did it, and I remember Graham kind of laying on the ground, delusional, saying, "Whoa, you're like Rob Gronkowski," and it's stuck around ever since. So that's Rob, and it's a good thing for you to remember Olivia. So it's interesting though. I wish you would have had that nickname in high school, because I think you got that a little bit earlier or later in college. But it's interesting because at our school at TCA, there were lots of Andrews. Lots of Andrews. So we had Andrew K, we had Andrew M, we had Andrew D, we had Andrew G, then we had another Andrew M later on in life. So there's all these Andrews and stuff. And of course, if you're the one being compared to Gronkowski, it would have been easy. Oh, it's Andrew D, the one who's like Gronk. So unfortunately, that's not the case. So it's interesting though, you know, I got lucky to have Andrew D as my friend in high school, and in lower school, and in middle school, all of them. And it was great. You know, Andrew was a cool guy, probably the coolest Andrew, and he was also the smartest and probably the most athletic too. So, you know, we could find each other playing soccer on the fields or basketball on the courts. It was always a great time. But with the smart thing, it was great always knowing that Andrew, one of the smartest kids in our grade, always had my back, and I loved it. And at that time, it was really easy. You know, Andrew was kind of the trump card. If he backed me up, then it was game over. Unfortunately, as we've gotten older, it's kind of shifted gears a little bit. And now it's not, well, he doesn't necessarily back me up, but he's definitely going to tell the other person I'm talking to that they're wrong. And then say, you know, you're wrong for this reason too. So So it's great, and I'm really thankful for your relationship with me and the friendship, and Olivia, you as well. You know, obviously, it's different that I'm not just friends with Andrew, but I've been friends with you for a long time as well. So I love it, and you guys have been a huge blessing on my life. Originally, I was gonna sing a song for y'all, but honestly, I didn't want all the attention to be towards me. So I'm gonna read the lyrics instead. But there's a song called "The Blessing." It's by Carrie Joe. Um, this is what it says: "May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family and your children, and their children and their children. May His presence go before you, and behind you, and beside you, all around you, and within you. He is for you. He is with you. In the morning and the evening, and your coming and your going, and your weeping and rejoicing. He is for you. He is for you." So I just want to leave that with you. I guess it's my blessing to you since you guys have blessed my life. So, and with that, raise our glasses. Olivia, welcome to the Douglas family. So Andrew D. and Olivia D., cheers to y'all.
Don't mind me as I lower the mic like 8 inches. Yeah, it's okay. I don't have 3 tips for marriage since I have not been married. But I can say that I love both of y'all so much, and I'm gonna do my best not to cry. I know it's a little bit tradition to cry giving a speech, but we'll try to keep it civil. Doesn't matter. I feel so blessed to have, 2 brother-in-laws that I love so much and get along with and feel like you're really part of our family. And I feel so blessed. And seeing you and Olivia together, I couldn't ask for anyone better to be there for Olivia. And as her sister, that's all I can ask for is for her to have a husband that loves and cares for her and is patient and understanding. And I've seen that so many times with you and her. And as sad as I am that you're moving to North Carolina and won't be in Texas anymore, I expect that you carry the Texas pride, first of all, but also I am so comforted that you have Andrew with you. Thanks. I could not be more happy for both of y'all. I don't think that everyone knows this, but you are just probably the best person ever. And, you have been there for me through everything. And I already said this earlier, but I'm just so happy that you have Andrew. So be there for you through everything as well. I love you both. So cheers to
And now I would like to also invite up Olivia's other sister, Evan.
My name be the other sister. Maybe the first. Okay, so I won't even apologize or try. I am. Oh, louder! That's the first time I've ever been told that. Evan, be louder! For those of you who do know me, I don't shy away from speaking or being very loud. But this is a little bit of a very unique circumstance where one of my baby sisters is now married. So I won't even apologize. I'm just gonna cry, and you're gonna bear with me through the whole thing because you have to. And also, I'm typically very good on the spot, but because it's such a special and very unique day, I just really wasn't sure that I could count on myself, so I did write most of this down. And hopefully it'll still mean just the same. But this has been such a sweet evening so far. Watching both of you interact with every single person here is such a testament to who both of you are individually and together. The community that you have built with these people, and for these people to love you to be here. And it's not a small feat right now. It's not a small gesture. These are very big gestures for each and every one of you to be here, and to still have such a grand wedding is really, really true to who y'all are and the friendships that you've built, and the care that you've bestowed to others that care for you. And being an older sister, and Olivia's only older sister, I can be one of the few to say that I've known her entire life. And we have, memories for days. I could just stand here forever and just list probably the very boring memories for most of you. But what's truly a testament is not necessarily the memories that stick out, the fun things that have happened in our life, the moments that we've been through, but really and truly it's the consistency that we have felt for so long. Olivia and I can very truly say that we have been through all of it, the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And there's been nothing but consistency, care, grace, love, and that speaks volumes more to me than a single memory I could pick out personally, because that is truly a true character quality of Olivia. And in that, when finding Andrew, the much more consistent person I've ever met, for the two of them. And so that in itself has just been such a blessing to know her, and to see her find that in Andrew as well. And such a blessing for me as an older sister, for sure. Not all siblings can say that. And being a sister is incredibly unique. And having a younger one at that, for sure. You have a built-in play buddy, teammate, aggravator, button pusher, follower, copier, lover, all at that. But I'm really lucky to be able to say that not only is she a friend, but she's my best friend. Dang, that's really unique in siblings, I think, because you've got built-in people, right? And really and truly to say that through everything you've been through and moving forward, you still choose the people that you didn't get a choice with in the beginning. And so I would still choose her 10 times over. And as I was little, this has been a running joke, because she is my sister, but I would call Olivia and Caroline my girls, being the oldest. And so with that, they're obviously not mine. I did not birth them. They are not mine, period, but they are my girls, and Olivia is my person, and she holds my heart. And so I guess I'll share her and give her away, even though that's not really my place, it's my parents. But I guess I will share her with the only other person that could be better than I am for Olivia. and that is Andrew. And the two of them together are beyond so perfect. And watching them together and watching how he cares for her. And I'm just repeating what everyone else has already said. I'm just the last one to speak. That they are genuinely so sweet and so perfect for one another. So I will leave you with this last little bit that I thought very hard through, that I did write down, just about marriage in general and the next steps and what I've learned through my 4.5 years. Marriage is the start of the next chapter in your life. Not necessarily an entirely new book, but an extension of the one that you have already been creating. One where you will pull references and memories from the past while you consistently create new ones. Allow each other to grow while they stay the same. Work hard to study one another. Intentionally encouraging and loving one another. Truly listen to both what is spoken and what is shown. Be cautious of pride and selfishness, but never be afraid to ask for help. I love both of you so much, and I am so happy for you. Oh, cheers to the two of them, and let's have a really fun party.
Thank you for all those wonderful words. So right now, I'm going to ask that everybody go ahead and finish your cake, and we are all going to move inside into the foyer for dancing.